Hi, after watching this video you will know how to make a double band bikini bottom with a sexy scrunch bum. The materials you need are half yard or 45 centimeters of a 4-way stretch nylon spandex fabric, half yard or 45 centimeters of stretch linen fabric, 1.5 yards or 1.5 meters of 3/8 of an inch wide elastic, stretch needles for the sewing machine, and the sewing pattern, which is the magic key to make as many bikini bottoms as you want. The pattern comes in 3 different sizes and is ready to be printed at home. Choose the size you want to use. For mine I'll be using medium size, and I copied that size on tracing paper to keep the full pattern intact for whenever I want to make a different size for someone else. Cut a set of pattern pieces on stretch fabric and cut another set of pattern pieces on stretch linen. The pattern comes with 2 options for the sides, 2 bands and a single band. And today we are going to use the 2 bands on each side option. So cut 4 pieces on stretch fabric to use 2 pieces in each side. Take the back piece that was cut in fabric and fold it in half. Then with a fabric marking pen, mark down a line along the center. The first step in the construction is to place elastic on the line marked in the middle of the back piece to create a scrunch effect that gives the booty a very flattering shape. Place the elastic centered on the line and leaving 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeter of space from the top edge of the fabric. Then hold it down with the needle and sew with a straight stitch. And as you keep going, stretch the elastic to create the shirred effect. Next, take the front piece and put the right size of the fabric together to sew the crotch. I'm using the stitch with the number 3 for stretch fabrics. If your machine doesn't have this stitch, you can use a small zigzag stitch instead. Sew 3/8 of an inch away from the edge. And do the same thing with the pieces that were cut from the linen. Then take the 4 side pieces and fold them in half, putting pins in each one to sew down the length at 3/8 of an inch from the edge. Trim half of the seam allowances off so that the seams doesn't become bulky, and then turn them right side out. Iron them lightly, placing the seams pointing upwards. Using pins, place the bands on the front piece, leaving a free space of 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeter from the top. Place the second band, also leaving 3/8 of an inch of space from the bottom edge. These spaces in the top and bottom edges are the seam allowances where you will put the elastic. Take the front piece that was cut from the linen and put it right sides together with the main fabric. I'm sewing each seam 3/8 of an inch from the edge. By stitching them together on the sides like this, we are leaving the seams closed and with a better finish. After this, fold the seam allowances under the linen and add a line of stitching to sew them to the linen only. This is called understitching, and it will keep the linen from showing on the outside. Place the side bands face down on the back piece, and just like before, leave 3/8 of an inch of a distance above and below like we did on the front. Carefully position each band with pins, making sure they are laying flat. Then take the back linen piece and put it face to face with the fabric and the bands. Fasten it with pins and sew at 3/8 of an inch from the edge. Remove the pins and also do understitching on both sides of the back piece like we did on the front piece. Now it's time to put the elastic in the top edge and the leg openings. Select a zigzag stitch with a length of 4 and a width of 6. Start by putting the elastic in the top edge of the front, and while stitching, stretch the elastic very slightly so that when finished it will kinda hug your body. When reaching the end, cut the excess and continue with the upper part of the back. Then sew the elastic in the same way in the opening for each leg. When sewing the back edge, stretch out the elastic a bit more so it will hug your booty better. After putting the elastic on all the edges, fold it to the inside so that it stays hidden, and you're gonna stitch around all the edges again using the zigzag stitch to hold the elastic in this position. And that's it, new bikini bottom ready. You can match this bikini bottom with the multi-way bikini top of my last tutorial. If you haven't watched that video yet, go check it out. Remember that if you can imagine it, you can create it. In your hands lies the power to turn the invisible into visible. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!